You may have seen a lot of YouTube videos talking about selling books on Amazon KDP. Some of these promise riches beyond your wildest dreams. But if you're a beginner, it can be really intimidating trying to figure out what different terms like low content book and niche marketing even mean. So does anybody even read books anymore? Are all of these videos scams? Can you actually make sales? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down how selling books on Amazon KDP actually works and what you can do to be successful. My name is Zen Watercooler, and I have this channel, also called Zen Watercooler, that features lots of videos about print on demand. The term print on demand just means that you can create a digital file of a book or a t-shirt or a fine art print and upload that file onto a website. And when the customer buys it, that is when it is printed and shipped. So it is printed on demand, and this saves everybody inventory space and inventory expense. Your books are printed on demand. So let's jump in and explore the world of Amazon KDP, and I'll share with you how you can make sales. In this video, I'm going to be focusing mostly on low content books. So here I am on Amazon and I've typed in floral journal. So this is an example of a low content book. The inside of the book actually doesn't have really anything in it. It could be blank pages or lined sheets of paper. Here's another one. This is a puzzle book. And so we could have logic puzzles, crossword puzzles, but we're not talking about like a Stephen King novel here. The inside of the book is considered low content in that you can manufacture this relatively easily. Here's another example. These are coloring books. This is stress relief, adult coloring books with animals, landscape, flowers, and patterns. Notice the keywords here, and we'll get into that a little bit later. When you're on Amazon, you mostly can find things by keyword searching. And here we can see a great example of a simple, easy to create coloring book. So these are examples of low content books. So the first thing that you need to do is go to kdp.amazon.com and then sign up and create a new account. This is your seller account so that you can create, upload, and ultimately sell books on Amazon KDP. Here's an example of a seller dashboard that has low content books. And then I've got the units ordered sitting right here, and there's no units refunded in this month. Sometimes you'll get a return or a refund, and then you'll see your net units sold here. So over time, you can really build quite a large inventory of books, and then as they're sold, they're printed and shipped, and you would get a royalty. Sometimes a royalty can be a few dollars or even higher. So you may be asking yourself, which niches should I be selling my books in? Because everything seems really competitive on Amazon. One of the best tools that I've ever seen for selling books on Amazon KDP is called BOOKBOLT. And I'll put a link to BOOKBOLT in the video description below. Here you can see the main page. There's a bunch of tools along the left-hand side that you can use. I'm going to click on keyword search, for example. And we can see here at the top, I've typed in comic book collecting journal. And when I click search, we can see Amazon keywords that come up. We can see different related keywords along the left-hand side. And then along the right-hand side, we've got different keyword scores that are housed under Google, and we can see the competition scores on these. So the combination of the left side, which is your Amazon keywords, and the right side, which is your Google keywords, can give you a lot of information about who's searching for what, how big the search volume is, and how high or low the competition is. We can do something similar here under the top research tool, which is product search. If I type in the same phrase, comic book collecting journal, and I click search, I can scroll down and I can see some great examples of books on Amazon KDP that are actually selling. Now I want to point out this BSR means best seller rating. So if you sell one item on Amazon, you're going to get a bestseller rating. Now the rating might be really a high number, which means it's a really low rating. Like a bestseller of 1 would be the best selling item in the world. So this is the 9900th best selling item in this niche. And we can see here average bestseller rating is around 7,000, and that's 410 or so sales over the life of this product. So if you're interested in learning more about this, you can simply click the title and then you can read all about this great looking blank comic book journal. You can read the description, you can see the price, you can see how big it is here. It's 126 pages. It links directly to Amazon, which is really cool. You also see some great looking keyword scores here on the right-hand side. So you'll see the search volumes attached to the different keywords along the right-hand side. There's a ton of information inside of BOOKBOLT. Here I've clicked evergreens and I'm going to scroll down and I can see we've got blank comic book variety of templates. We can see the trend graph over time. Here we can see a crossword puzzle book. So these are called evergreen because they consistently sell all throughout the year. They're not necessarily seasonal. You can also change the period at the top as well. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You can also select different categories as well. So for example, if I wanted to see the best-selling sketchbook over the last 3 months, I can pull this up to about a 1 million rating. I'll click search and I can see it'll give me the top 300 results, which are different sketchbooks, which again are low content books. They're just blank books with a cover. And we can see different information here about how these books sell over time. This information is super valuable because you don't want to spend time making a bunch of books and then not making any sales. It's very discouraging and it's really a waste of your time. You're better off creating a few books in a hot niche rather than hundreds of books in niches that will never ever see a customer's eyeballs. Another technique you can use is to go onto Amazon, look up stuff as a customer, then if you find something, see if it's worth pursuing. So here I am on Amazon. I really like horror stuff, so I found this Gothic horror coloring book, and I'm going to scroll down here under See All Details. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to get this ASIN number, and I'm going to just double click it and copy it. And now inside of BookBolt, I can go inside of Book Scout, type in the ASIN number, and I can see exactly what this is selling as. So here we can see there's about 331 estimated sales. The bestseller rating is about 20,000, and I can look up information all about this. It's interesting to note the publication date is not that old. It's maybe 2.5 years old, and they've sold about 300 copies of this book. So this is a very niche product because not everybody's going to be interested in Gothic horror-themed coloring books. And we can see down below there's different keywords and different search volumes that can be really helpful to load up your listing with relevant keywords. The other area inside of BookBolt that's really cool is you can actually create books very quickly. So inside of BookBolt, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and I'm going to see there's a create section. And I'm going to click on this BookBolt Studio link right here. And once you log into BookBolt Studio and you start creating a book, you're going to see basically a screen that looks like this. You're going to see a menu along the left here. There's a menu along the top, and then there's my actual book along the left-hand side. Now it's completely blank for now, but we're going to fill this up with different things. So we're going to create a new project here from scratch. I'm going to go project, new project. And then from here, I can pick my low content book. I'll just call it new book, for example. And then I can pick my trim size, which is great. I'm going to pick a 6x9 book. A black and white interior with white paper, and I'm going to pick 100 pages and I'll click create project. Just like that, it brings me to the screen where I've got my cover listed here at the top, and then on the left-hand side, I've got all 100 pages and they're all completely blank. Now I can fill up these pages very quickly. I'm going to click on page number 1, for example. We'll see there's a blank page, and I'm going to go right to this menu and I'm going to look for my little puzzle icon. It's right here. And these are page templates. When I click on page templates, I'm going to see a whole bunch of different page templates that come up. It's a really cool feature to quickly fill your book. Now, if I want to create a journal, for example, I'll just go right to the top and I'll pick my journal option. I have 3 variants that are available. So I'll click journal and I can pick narrow, college, or wide. I'm going to pick wide just for personal preference. And now I'm going to pick how many pages I would like this populated in. So I am going to select all my pages except for the cover. And I'll click continue to options. And then from here, I can pick my line color. I could make it red, black, whatever color I want. And I could also pick the line width as well. Now I'm happy with all of this, so I'll click submit. It just took a few seconds to insert the templates, and we can see now every page along the left-hand side is the exact same. I have blank template sheets. I could add pictures to these as well if I wanted. So I'm going to go to page 2 just to switch things up. And then I'm going to click on the little file library icon right here. Now I have my uploads that I've used in the past for various projects, but you can also go to Pixabay or Unsplash. These are public domain websites. So I could go into Unsplash, for example, and I could type in Rome, hit search, and you'll see a whole bunch of different Rome pictures. I'm going to click on this one, for example, and we can see now it's inserted it into my journal. Now I could actually change the opacity on this by simply clicking in the top effects bar. There's an opacity slider, and I could bring this right down to about 20%, and I could click OK, and now I've got a journal page that has a picture in behind it. So I could make a Rome themed journal, an Italian themed journal, a European themed journal. The list goes on and on, all the different areas that I could tackle on Amazon KDP. Now, creating a cover does take a little bit of time, and it's a completely separate skill set, so I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I'll put a link to it at the end of this video, and you can check that out as well. When you are done your book and you're ready to publish it, you can just go here to download, and then you can download the current project right here. That'll download your cover and your interior pages into 2 files, and then those files you upload onto Amazon KDP, insert your tags, your description, your title, and you can publish the book. I love using BOOKBOLT. It's a really cool tool, not only for niche research, but actually making the books. You can quickly make high quality books that do sell on Amazon KDP. The link to BOOKBOLT's in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link, and that just means if you click on the link and you purchase the BOOKBOLT subscription, I would receive a small commission. It's a really cool time saver, and it's got a ton of tools in there. I hope you found this video helpful. Here's another video where you can have some fun in the world of print on demand.